You know those moments when a client asks for something that's outside the scope of work, but your instinct is to say yes because you don't want to create tension or make them feel like you're just in this for the money? Well, it's that feeling is when scope creep begins. And it's the reason so many designers end up working too many hours that they didn't price for. So in today's video, I'm gonna walk you through how to respond to clients without feeling harsh, and it's the communication method that I teach inside my 3 months program. On a recent scoping call, a designer inside the program said something that I think a lot of you will recognize. She said, when clients ask for things that weren't included, I tend to agree before I even realize it's outside the scope. And it's not because she didn't know better, it's because she didn't have the language ready to respond. And when we walked through the prompts together, she just answered like, yes, that feels doable. I can say that. So today I'm going to show you 3 different scripts, 3 different prompts examples that you can use in cases where clients ask for more deliverables, when they share revisions that are outside the scope. So maybe you only had 2 or 3 revisions and that comes as a 4th revision. And the 3rd case is when they want something faster than the timeline allows, which is an important one as well. This language is going to protect your time and it's still going to make them feel supported throughout the project. The framework is simple. We want clarity and we want options. You're not shutting the client down. You're not making excuses. You're leading the project. And to me, this approach removes the emotional load and it turns reactive exchanges into structured conversation. So let's get into it. Okay, so scenario 1, your client says, could you just add another layout for the laundry? Or could we do a second option for this room? Or could you stop by the site quickly? And you're going to answer, that wasn't included in the scope, but I can let you know what adding it on will look like. Or you can just say something like, happy to help. We'll treat this as an additional service so everything stays clear and structured. And why do I feel like this language works? Well, it's firm, but it's warm. You acknowledge the request that this client has made, but you're not absorbing the work without telling them what is true about what was discussed and what was signed at the beginning of the project. It gives them a path forward. They can get what they need, but it's not going to come free of charge. Okay, scenario 2, when your client says, can you adjust this? Or one more tweak, please? Or where we've actually thought about it and we want to redo this completely. This is what you're going to say. Let's add this to your revision round so I can update everything at once and keep it organized. Or if it's completely outside the rounds of revisions that were included, so maybe as I said, you include 3 revisions and this comes as a 4th revision, this is what you can tell them. This would fall outside the revision round we agreed on. I can outline the options if you'd like to add it. And when your expectations are clear from the start, your scope of work is clear and detailed, the client is not going to feel like you're being unreasonable. They're going to agree and they're going to feel supported by the structure and the fact that you're leading the project like a professional. Scenario number 3, the client says, can we get this by Friday? Is there any chance you could rush this? I feel like this is a client's favorite. And what you can say is, here's the realistic timeline for this. If you need it sooner, I can adjust my timeline. It would just involve a rush fee. Or you can say, I can prioritize this. Let me just show you what it's going to look like. And it works because you're not apologizing, you're not scrambling, you're clear about what the realistic timeline is, and you are offering an option of shifting everything in your schedule so that you can make it happen sooner than the realistic timeline that you had discussed previously. You're giving them clarity, you're putting the responsibility where it belongs, which means giving them the option to choose what they want to do next. And I think that most designers don't have a boundary problem. You know what is right and what is not. But in the moment, if you don't know how to respond, you can automatically say yes because you feel like you're feeling pressured on the moment to say something and you don't know how to phrase things. Or in the moment, when you're busy, you don't even remember how many rounds of revision. So saying, let me get back to you on this could be one option until you figure out what your answer is going to be. You're not being unprofessional. You're someone who cares. You care about your client, you care about the project, you want the clients to be happy, But for this to work and for your business to grow in a sustainable way, you need a little bit more clarity, and you need to lead with clarity and with structure. And if you want support applying this to your real projects, this is exactly one of the things that we work on inside the Profitable Designer Method, our 3 months program. We walk with you through your actual client projects. It's not additional work. Whether you're onboarding a new client right now or you're in the middle of the project delivery phase, we help you scope for the project, price for the project, and lead it with structure so you can end the project with profits. And if you don't have a project right now, it's actually the perfect time for you to work on the foundation of the business, which means making sure you can streamline your process from the first inquiry all the way to the handover, so that you have a business that can support you once you have the projects coming in. And inside the program, I don't hold back. I give you everything that I've learned over the years. You get templates, you get the structure, my scoping and pricing frameworks, and hands-on support that is going to help you within the program so that you can build a profitable and sustainable business. I'm going to drop the link down below if you want more details on everything it includes.